Are you ready to buy a house? It's time to get excited. Let's get ready to shop for houses. House shopping is probably the most interesting and exciting part of buying a house. First, we're going to research neighborhoods to find out where we want to live, where the best schools are, and where our family wants to live. Second, we're going to interview lenders and find out about what type of mortgage loans are available for us. What's the interest rate? What's our monthly payment? And what does it include? Thirdly, we're going to get pre-qualified with the best mortgage lender based on our income and credit. We're going to copy documents and give them to the lender, and we'll show you what you need to be prepared for that important lender appointment. We're going to calculate the monthly payment, which will include all of our other housing costs. That'll help us determine exactly how much we can afford in our budget and what price of house we can afford. Number 6, we're going to get that pre-qualification letter in our hand, ready to make an offer. Once we have the pre-qual letter, then we're going to work towards getting a pre-approval letter. 7th, we're going to sign the buyer rep agreement with our realtor so she can represent us as her clients and take us house shopping. Number 8, we will need to include any decision makers in our family because we want everyone to be in agreement. We want to select the best house for everyone who has a vested interest in our home purchase. Number 9, we're going to keep track of new listings as they come on the market for sale. Our realtor will put us on an email alert system for houses that meet our search criteria. And finally, we're going to list our favorite new listings and drive by the neighborhood to eliminate those houses that we do not want to view. This is going to be a huge time saver when we're shopping with our realtor and making our first offer. Are you ready? Let's go! Number 1, research neighborhoods. Why should you and your family research neighborhoods by driving around communities you want to live in? Find out about their schools and services that are important to you. Eliminate areas that you don't want to live and compare communities and their amenities to each other. Remember I said that you're going to have to do a little footwork yourself? Well, this is your family's homework. The first thing we're going to do is research the various neighborhoods in our price range. Now, if you already live in a single-family house in a community that you like, and your children are already enrolled in school here, then this is probably a neighborhood where you'd like to find a home. But chances are that perhaps you can't afford this neighborhood because the home prices are out of your range. If so, be open to relocating to a new neighborhood that fits within your home buyer budget. This is where your research comes in. Besides driving around, you can ask friends from church or co-workers to recommend areas they like. Where do your friends live? What do they like best about their community? What are the downfalls of their neighborhood? Start by researching these areas on the internet. You can ask your real estate agent for neighborhood suggestions, but she may not be able to give you all the answers you're seeking. The reason is because real estate agents must obey certain laws, so they cannot steer you towards a neighborhood or away from a neighborhood. For example, your realtor cannot tell you the racial composition of a neighborhood. She can't give her opinion of a bad or a good neighborhood. And she can't discuss areas where cultural or religious groups of people live. Your real estate agent cannot tell you which school districts are better and which are worse. They don't want to get in trouble for discrimination, and they don't want to risk being sued if you rely on their opinion. And there's one last tip. As you're driving around the neighborhoods, you'll see for sale signs on houses. Write down the address, but do not call the agent on the sign. If you try to call the listing agent whose name is on the sign, they won't be able to help you since you're already working with the real estate agent. Instead, call the realtor you've already hired and allow her to look up the price and info in the MLS for you. Eliminate areas which you do not want to live. which means that it's up to you to find out about the neighborhoods. School districts post their ratings online, and police departments post their crime statistics online. So those are fairly simple to research. You can also discover demographic data by zip codes, such as the average income of a household, the educational level, and number of people in a family. But to get a feel for a neighborhood, I suggest you drive around during various times of the day, the evening, the workday, and on the weekends. And if you don't feel safe driving around a neighborhood, that's a huge red flag that you certainly aren't going to move your family there. How close is this neighborhood to the downtown area? Are there recreation or entertainment areas nearby? What about shopping and restaurants? Is it close to your job? What is the school district? Will the children have to change schools? Is it near a freeway? How far away is it from Grandma and Grandpa? Your goal is to find a few neighborhoods that you like and to eliminate certain areas from your home search. Tell your realtor what you have found and get some feedback on various areas. Remember, the decision is up to you because ultimately you and your family will be living there. Compare communities and their amenities. Things to look for include signs of a well-established community, a neighborhood that's being maintained by the city, and residents who care. To meet my criteria, I would want the streets to be paved with no potholes. I would want to see a curb and gutter system and sidewalks that are maintained. I would expect to see street lights that come on at night, mature trees that provide shade during the summer, and front lawns watered and mowed. I would hope that most residents would have jobs and be at work during the day, but in the evening the air would be filled with the aroma of homemade dinner cooking in the oven. In the late afternoons, I would expect to see kids riding their bicycles or playing ball together, and on the weekends, I would expect to see residents mowing their lawn with their dogs or pushing baby strollers. I would look for amenities nearby, such as a local restaurant, an elementary school within walking distance, a corner deli or mini mart, a community park for the kids, and a church within a mile or so. In my opinion, these are signs of a good neighborhood, and I would consider moving my family here. In fact, I would probably wave to the neighbors just to see how friendly they are. I've even been known to visit a new school and sit in on a few classes before I determine if I want to move my children to this school. Number 2, interview lenders. How do you interview and select a good mortgage lender to work with? The loan programs their company offers and the lender's knowledge of each program. His or her communication and working style. Their track record and reputation for being prompt and efficient. High recommendation from a friend who's used their services. An extensive experience with first-time buyers. Referral from your realtor. Now we're going to interview mortgage lenders to find a great professional who can help you get qualified to purchase your new home. Of course, you're going to ask your real estate agent who she would refer you to. That's always the best place to start. Why? Your realtor serves many first-time homebuyers and works closely with top lenders who are experienced in serving families like yours. She can refer to lenders who have low down payment programs and help you get down payment assistance or affordable closing costs. Also ask your friends, family, and coworkers who they recommend as a good mortgage lender. They may have had a recent experience with a lender whom they like. Ask around. Word of mouth is the best type of recommendation possible. I suggest that you find and research 5 different lenders. Set an appointment and interview. Once you have found 5 lenders, narrow it down to 3 whom you want to interview. It'll actually be easy to eliminate 2 from your list of 5. Those will be the people who never call you back after you call them for an appointment. I usually review business people on LinkedIn to find out about their professional background. It's a great way to find out about their experiences and to read recommendations about that person. Make an appointment to go into his or her office and meet for about 1 hour. Be sure it's a time when both you and your husband or wife will be available. If you're not married and someone else is signing on the loan with you, that person should meet with the lender also. Find out about their loan programs and working style. When interviewing your prospective lenders, ask them the same type of questions and see how they respond. Here are some things to ask about and look for. So write down these questions and take them with you to your interview. What type of loan programs do they offer? FHA, VA, USDA, etc. Are they familiar with down payment assistance programs and can they help you with closing costs? What are their rates compared to other lenders? Do they charge upfront fees? What will their initial fees be for the loan? How much will they charge you for a credit report and an appraisal? Will your monthly payment be an all-inclusive payment which includes taxes and insurance? Or will you have to pay those separately? How often is a lender available to answer your questions? Does their communication style work with yours? For example, do they prefer phone, email, or text messages? How many years has he or she been licensed? Has their license always been maintained and in good standing? Do they take continuing education courses to further their knowledge? How many first home buyers do they serve? What are some of their success stories? Do they have recommendations from any of their clients? Will they sit down and explain all the paperwork to you? Will they be there to answer your questions when you sign all those loan docs? Ask if he or she is responsive in returning your calls right away. Does this mortgage lender have an upbeat, cheerful attitude? Are they passionate about their job? Keep in mind that while you're interviewing your prospective lender, the lender will also be interviewing you. He wants to know if you're the type of client he can work with. Do you get all requested documents turned in promptly? Are you on time to your appointments? Will you be available when needed to sign loan documents? Are you responsive when your lender calls you? Are you easy to work with? Do you have a good attitude? Can you adapt to change a loan program? Are you willing to cooperate and do your part? And what is your communication style? Since you and the lender will be interviewing each other and finding out about each other's working style, there will be lots of questions and answers, so take good notes. After you've interviewed 3 lenders, talk with your wife or husband or your co-signer on the loan and decide which lender to hire. Select one mortgage lender to serve you, but keep your second choice lender as a backup, a plan B in case the first one doesn't work out. Then call your favorite lender and congratulate him. Ask him when you can meet with him to get qualified for your loan.